I am ready to go live and share some helps, tips, whatever you want to call it, for being able to create images and works of art that are pleasing that that you like. This has to do with color. Color can be a little bit of a complicated, for some people, complicated subject where it can be intimidating, especially for you if you are just starting out. And if you're just starting out, hi Joni, I'm glad you're here. If you're just starting out as an artist, then color can be really complicated. But for those of us who have been around for a while and have used, are familiar with the colors and all of the color theory that goes along, the complements and the all, et cetera, then we understand and it's not quite so complicated. But I am popping on here and I'm given just a few seconds to be able to get a few more on if we are and share. I'm going to walk you through how I did this. All right, what we have here, this is the image. I'm going to move to a different, there we go. Make me smaller, make it larger. This is the image that I posted. And I love these images. I am really drawn to anything vintage and just, old fashioned. Let's see if I can see these very well. I've made my screen small, but just some really cute pictures that I came across. And that one, I love the colors in it. But, as you look at it, you would instantly just think of red and green, and of course, if you're comfortable with mixing colors, you can add white and get those different tint tone shades all the way through there if you're an experienced artist. But if you're new to art and you're not really comfortable in being able to create your own colors, then you might want it really appreciate this technique. What I am using, and I'm not promoting it, this is not for any kind of a kickback or anything, but I use PicMonkey, but there are quite a few image oh programs that you can use. And of course, Photoshop and all the ones that are really complicated that I don't even know how to use those or want to get involved. Those definitely are ones. So if you're familiar with that, but I'm going to walk you through this, and what I'm telling you here will basically, I'm sure, be this very similar, if not the same steps you would take in any program that you use. All right. So what I did was I went ahead and I'll talk you through this one, and then I'm literally going to take you through another one and create it with you using it's an image board that I had put together of some different things that I liked. So let's say this, I wanted to see what colors are in here. And I created this, collage where the different boxes are here. And then I simply use what's called the eyedropper. And that's the thing is you want to look for on any of the programs you're using. It's a little eyedropper. And what you do is you click on the eyedropper and then you come over to an area and you just touch it and it will bring up that color, whatever it is that you're clicking on. And so it's really, as you can see, you would look at this and of course you know that there is some shading going on here. You've got your deep red and going into lighter here, lighter until you get to your white highlight. Um, but what you can do is click on that and it will literally, there's the deep red right there. And then each one of the shades that moved around the candy cane that's there. Then I went ahead and I wanted to pull some of the green because my favorite color schemes, I just love the reds and greens together. I love to use a complementary color scheme. And so I really gravitate towards the greens and gravitate towards the reds. So that gives you an idea that let's go ahead and if I can be clever here, stop sharing this screen, pull off of that. Let me see if I can bring up. All right, you should be able to see this. And I don't think I can literally do it when I'm sharing the screen. I think I have to stop sharing, if that is correct. And Joni, if you would give me, if you're still, if you can just kind of put in here that you can see, because I'm going to stop sharing. Nope, that was the wrong thing to do. I do need to share it. I just don't want to be. All right. There we go. I think what I might do is I can bounce back and forth. I'm going to, if I do this, you should be able to see what I'm doing. And I'm going to do a few steps. Then I'll click back over to the other page and make sure, just let me know that you can see what I'm doing. So what this is here in the center is what's called, I just went totally blank with that, but an impression board, something that you can, you gather inspiration board. There we go. Inspiration board. As you're going through, when I taught design years ago, the first thing I told my class was to get yourself a notebook, to go through magazines and just start tearing out pages and stick them in. You don't have to know exactly why you like something particular. And this was an interior design class. As a designer, I went ahead and I taught at the college level also in the evenings. Interior design class. And so I would walk them through and help them to be able to find their color schemes and to understand how to things coordinated and how to work with color. And so they're called mood boards, they're called inspiration boards, whatever you want to call them. And you just go through and you find pictures in that appeal to you. You don't necessarily know why, like I said just a few minutes ago, but you like it. That's all that you have to have is you just need to like it. Stick it in your notebook. And as you go through that notebook, you're going to start to see a repeat. You're going to see things, some kind of a pattern developing something. And this is how they could determine what their style was. Because I don't know about you, but I can walk into a furniture store and I can I can go towards that, or I can go towards that, and liking so many different styles. But what am I really truly comfortable with all the time? Because when you're decorating a room, you're not going to be changing literally the main furniture every month. So you want to have the basics. You want to understand what you like as the basics. And this goes with art in any form. So everything that I taught there translates over to this. And so these are images that I'd come across that I loved some of the different aspects of them. All right. And for this purpose, we're going to just talk about color for today's. All right. So you take this, and in PicMonkey, I have the ability to create a collage. And so clicked on the collage button, created my box, and it's with all these little white boxes. To be able to change the color, I needed to create a colored box. And so I went over to graphics, clicked on a square, just picked a gray, and created the box. And so I'm going to, while you're on here, go ahead and let's see, just a second. Create two more and finish this off, so we can start to play with this. All right. Now, the next step is to determine the colors and what's going on. So let's start with, I love this right here. And it's totally the colors. It's the feel. It's that vintage again that's sticking out. I just love those colors. So I'm going to get my little eyedropper. I'm going to come over to, I'm not going to do this yellow one, but I'm going to pull up this green. There's the dark green that's underneath. That's not really a color. I don't usually use that. Let's see if there's another one. I like that. So I'll do that one. Let's go up here. And I just play with these until I create. See how that picked up that pink as I went across there? Until I start creating There, I like that shade right there. And this one, I might even go back and change it. Let's see if we can kind of play with a little bit till I see a shade of something. Oops. When you click on it, it delivers the color. And so let's go with that one, that light green. All right, let's go over here. Since I'm kind of keeping the family of greens, let's head right over here to this one. Oopsie. Don't want to do that. Let's see what my last color was. And just moving it around till I kind of get the green that I like. And of course, I don't need to be this particular in a demonstration. Take up your time. But if you're going to do it, okay, I'm going to pop over here to this green. Yeah, that's a rich green. It's kind of a jewel tone. Okay, so you can start to create these families of color here. Excuse me. And here it's really the style of the, I love that style, that dress and the flowers, etc. But let's go ahead and pull a green, see if there's any greens in here. Oh, wish I hadn't have done that. Let's go back over here, pull that green again. I love that. I do love the apple color, the avocado colors. Okay, so the key is go to a new box. Then you don't lose your. And down here I can't. If I move this up, man, I might be able to see. See, bum 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 bum. Can't see my recently. Down here, it'll show you your recent colors, but because I'm on here working right now with you, I'm not able to do that. Okay. There's this color. All right, so you can see how that goes, just like that. Let's move over now to this image. Rats, sorry about that. Okay, change box. There we go. Change box. Change box. Oh, don't forget, Kathy, change the box. Tap on that. Let's go over here. That was a really pretty kind of, where was that raspberry color? And what I'm looking at as I'm doing this, yes, I'm moving my little eyedropper, but I am looking at the square as I'm moving around with my finger. There. That's close. I can rework that later, but and watching the colors as I move it around. Look at in here. Let's go see what that might be. Got a clean new box. There we go. Okay. See if I can pull out a yellow. Okay, we're gonna take this and I looked at these earlier. Now that's a nice green right there. I do like that green. I'm gonna save it. See if there's any other greens here I can. Here's a pretty yellow. Might move this green up here. Move layer to the front. You're just watching me do this all at one time. Let's see. Let's just kind of move them together. I need more squares than what I've got. So we're going to move these together just for the sake of this particular little video. And of course, you've got your blue greens here, and you've got your yellow greens, your warmer ones and your cooler ones. So they don't flow really well, but I could pull a couple of these together if I was working on something and then pull these together. All right, we're going back here. I need to make a square. Watch me. Let's see. Let's just copy this one and send it over here. And I'm going for a yellow. Change the color. Let's grab this yellow right here. Pretty. Oh, that's a cream. You have to watch. I clicked on it before I was ready. There we go. There we go. Okay. So you get the idea of what we're creating here, and you can create these wonderful color palettes where you can, just by pulling images that you've come across, we go through magazines all the time, and these magazines have really beautiful pieces of, images in there, and you're like, oh, I like that. And it's interesting because you can take it, and as you're doing that, you can, like I said, dissect it down a little bit. I wrote that in, I put a blog up on my website today talking about this and walking you through the steps. The blog is on my website, which is kathyfreemanart.com. And you just click on that you can go to where the blog is. And I walked you through and showed you the image, this past image. But what I was saying is you're looking at maybe a Christmas image, Christmas balls or Christmas something or the other. There are different shades in there. They're all working together. And it's not just one, which this, but it's not just one flat color, one flat red. It's a variation that's maybe you're drawn to. And it might be that red with a little bit of a red purple blended together that makes a really beautiful, rich not earth tone, but jewel tone. And so as you see those and you see those working together, you can kind of dissect that and see what colors in that's in there. So this is just kind of a fun tip to be able to use. And my art sisters, I've not done this for you before, but now you have this video, and I will save it in your library. So you can, I always like everything to go to our little art village, click on your library, and I'm going to add this in there so that you can have it anytime you want to go back and watch it and have that instruction so you can follow along. Now, just for the future, anybody that will be watching this, Joni, it looks like it's just you and me here today, but anybody else watching here, as it's being played out there in internet land, I do have a class coming up, and I'll be talking about this, a separate video about this. Yes, PicMonkey, give it a try. It's not my favorite for everything, but I have used it for good grief, a good 7 years or something. And there's Canva, there's all different ones. Canva, I use it for different purposes, but this one is great. I like it for this. I can go in there and do some quick editing on things, and but it's not as sophisticated, you might say, as the others are. And I'm not sure. I know I pay a little bit each year to be able to keep it, but I don't know if they have a free one or not. I do not know that. All right. Now, like I was saying, I've got a workshop coming up. Yay. No, not November. We are past November, aren't we, ladies? We are zipping into December and moving right along like a train on a track going. Anyway, coming up the 11th, which is next Monday, I'm going to do this in the evening. And you know me in evenings, I am not always that awake and alert all the time, but I will make sure I am, because that seems to be the best time for most everyone. But that evening, 7 o'clock Central Time on Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to be teaching 2 different classes, and it's all the same theme, and that is called Holiday Evergreens. This image, let me go ahead and move us off of this and go back to, there we go. This little image right here is super fun. It's on a canvas board, and collage papers. And I give you the template to be able to work with. You can paint on the template and create your own, or I have added also colored template, so that if you're in a hurry and you don't have a lot of time to create something, but you want to do something that's fun and enjoyable, then you can use the one that's already colored. So that's that one. The background of it was a lot of fun. I've used inks and collage paper, different things happening in that background. This is a little card. It's the 4x6 card. And this was a fun process. So these will be 2 separate nights. I will be sharing these. Thank you so much, Joni, for saying that. I appreciate that. And the third one, rather than pulling it into 3 nights, I went ahead and made a video of this already and put the information in that. And it's in the Facebook, the private Facebook group that is already prepared for people as they join. So this one you can actually start on right away and create. And I take you through, I've got a supply list telling you I used a few different new things that I had come across for the background. And this is paper here. And it's cupcake papers, but I think it would be gorgeous to use doilies, or to use some other, maybe even cut out, your own. But I'll walk you through that one. It's about a 41 minute video. So it's not too long, and it's a really fun project. And that one is ready to go for you as you sign up and you're admitted into the private Facebook group for that. So the classes that will start, the classes for these 2 actually start on Monday, this coming Monday, the 11th, and then Tuesday. And it will be recorded and it will be posted in that Facebook group. So you'll have access to them to, lifetime, because you'll have access to that, that Facebook group. All right. It's about 20 minutes here, and it's super fun being on here. Oh, yes, Joni, it is metallic. This is a really neat deco art. Elegant finish is what it's called. And I mixed it with some acrylic in that as I walk through and tell you about that. But it's really beautiful. And the shimmer on it, of course, the light catches it, makes it hard to see and creates a bad glare, but the shimmer is really pretty. If you don't have that, my intention is not to have you run out and purchase that product, but you can use any kind of a metallic that you might have and create your own background. But there's something that's really nice about having that shimmer, isn't it? And it might be a wise purchase too. I don't know. I don't have one myself right here, but just kind of an opal or a pearlized background. And then you could mix, like I did with this one. I mixed in the color that I wanted. You'll see it in the video. I kept all the, some of the oops and like, oh, I didn't like that. Or oh, I need to add this. And that's what I do with most of my videos for my members anyway, is I keep in some of that in there, because I create it live right there so that they can see the mistakes or see what direction we're going. All right. I appreciate you showing up. And if you just got here, I see I've got 2 new ones, and thank you for showing. If you'll go back and watch the recording of this, I take you through and share with you, let me pull them back up, how I created this and the steps I went through to create the colors for this little board here. All right. Any questions I can answer right now, or anything that comes to your mind? Go ahead and post it in the comments and I can read those. I don't see any, then we'll just call it good for a day and I'll get back on here next week. Anything? I don't see anything. All right. You too, Joni. Thanks for coming, and you have a great night too. All right. Thanks for showing up, and go back if you just, join me and listen to the recording on this. This is a very quick, easy, simple way to pull out these colors and create yourself a color scheme that you, out of images and that you're drawn to and that you like. All right, it's Kathy Freeman with Kathy Freeman Art. Go ahead and visit my website, kathyfreemanart.com. And while you're there, go over and visit my little art village, the little art village. It'll pop up. You'll see it up in the menu. It says Little Art Village. Click on it. Go in there. That is where my members go to get their library and get all the information. But some of the areas are open to the public, and I have some free classes in there. So you are welcome to try that. All right. Have a great night, y'all. And thank you for showing up. I'll talk to you again.